Welcome back to Simple Learning. So, this is the second part of the First War of Independence, the second broad category of the causes that we are doing. First part is already put up in a video. I would like to request you, children, to please like the videos, share them with your friends, and please subscribe to the channel before we move ahead. That will give a much needed support to this channel. Alright, so let us move on with the socio-religious causes. Now, socio-religious means things that affected the Indians socially as well as religiously. So, the first main heading, I told you all these red colored headings are important. So, focus on the headings and you have to write them in the answers when you write them with the heading and the little bit of explanation. Now, you don't have to, as I told you, you don't have to write the whole paragraph, but please take some important words from here, which are the key words, and give examples of those in your answers. So, the first social religious cause was interference with social customs of Indians. So, you can see in my book the important lines that I have marked. You can use those lines only to answer in your exam. So, interference with social customs. While introducing reforms, the feelings of people were not taken into consideration by the Britishers. So, some examples you can give here, that is, the reforms like abolition of sati, introduction of widow remarriage act, and the opening of Western education to girls were not welcomed by the Indians. Apprehension about modern innovations. Now, here the two keywords are railways and telegraph. Now, these lines actually are very important. If you write them in your answers, you get full marks. There were rumors that telegraph poles were erected to hang those who were against the British rule. Similarly, Orthodox Indians noted that in the railway compartments, the higher castes and the lower castes were made to sit side by side. So they believed that the British had introduced such practices to defy their caste and religion. Third social religious cause is the policy of racial discrimination. Here, the Britishers were rude and arrogant towards the Indians. You know that they ill treated and insulted the Indians. So, if you use even these words, they are the key words. That they were cruel, they were arrogant towards the Indians, they were rude towards the Indians, and they ill treated and insulted the Indians. Next is corruption in administration. So it is very much self explanatory. The police and petty officials were corrupt. The rich got away with crime, but the common man was looted, oppressed, and tortured. So use these words from the book in your answers. Believe me, you will get full marks, children. Don't try to write in your own words. Learn some keywords from the chapter and use them in your answers along with this red colored headings. This is very important to write the heading and then the explanation as given in the book. Now, next social religious cause was oppression of the poor, flogging, torture, and imprisonment of cultivators for their inability to pay arrears of rent, land revenue, and interest on debt were quite common. So, how were they oppressed? It was that they were flogged, they were tortured, and they were sometimes imprisoned also for non payment of rent and land revenue. And always in the end, you can add that how it led to the first war of independence. So you can write that the growing poverty made the poor desperate and led them to join a general uprising in the hope of improving their lot. Okay, moving on to the next social religious cause, it is activities of the missionaries. In the 18th century, the British showed a friendly attitude towards Indian religions. They had no particular zeal for their own religion, and the company even acted as a trustee of Hindu temples. This was before. But in the 19th century, this attitude underwent a change. The British began to interfere. This is important, how you write it. The British began to interfere with the local religious and social customs of Indians. They denounced idol worship and dubbed local beliefs as ignorance. Then, after 1813, there was an increase in the numbers and activities of Christian missionaries. The Indians thought that the government was supporting missionaries who would convert them to Christianity. The next cause is fears regarding Western education. We know that Western education was introduced by the British in India to, develop a system where they would actually get some clerks for their administration. The Western system of education was introduced in a number of schools. In 1829, the government established English class in Calcutta Madrasa, which was a Muslim institution, and later English classes were also introduced in Banaras Sanskrit College. Now, this shift from Oriental or Indian learning to Western education was not received well by the people, especially the Pandits and Maulvis. Now, this is what you have to write. It was not welcomed by the Indians. That you can write in your own words. You don't have to rewrite the whole paragraph, but use some words from the book. You use some sentences and keywords. So, you can write that why was it not welcomed? So, they saw in it an attempt to discourage traditional Islamic and Hindu studies. People started suspecting that the aim of Western education was not to promote literature and sciences, but to encourage their children to become Christians. Next is taxing religious places. Now, official policy of taxing the lands belonging to the temples and mosques was started by the British. Such lands had been exempted from taxation by previous Indian rulers because they were religious places. So the families dependent on these lands began to propagate that the British were trying to undermine the religions of India by taxing the religious places. Next, children, is the Hindu law of property. Now, Religious Disabilities Act of 1850 changed the Hindu law of property. What you have to know is that this can be asked in a short answer. What was the Hindu law of property? So you will write that Hindu law of property enabled a convert from Hinduism to other religions to inherit the property of his father. So Hindus regarded this as an incentive to give up one's own religious faith. So when you are learning for exam, when you are learning for your tests, remember that you have to have an overall idea. You can make a mind map, and I will do the mind mapping later on in videos with you for all these chapters. Write the heading and write the explanation, but some things like the absentee sovereignty of the British or Hindu law of property, these kind of things can easily be asked in a 2-mark short answer. So always write SA on the side. So when you are learning these kind of questions, you must remember that a crisp answer is required here. You must learn it for your short answers. They can ask you what was the Hindu law of property, and simply you have to write that this law enabled a convert from Hinduism to other religions to inherit the property of his father. So the Hindus regarded this act as an incentive to give up one's religious faith and convert to other faiths. So this is one of the socio-religious causes. In the next video, I will be doing the economic causes in detail. Since the chapter is huge, I will be doing it in different parts so that you get a detailed explanation and knowledge of what kind of words and how to frame your answer. So please focus on it. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video very soon. Thank you.